Is trig functions and complements. In geometry, you learn about complements. When two angles are complements of each other, they form a 90-degree angle. So that means one angle plus the other equals 90. Well, in a right triangle, we already have an angle that's 90, so that must mean the remaining two angles have to add up to 90 degrees. So we can come up with some complement function, trig functions and complements. Our complement identities are, first we have sine theta, thing as cosine 90 minus theta. Cosine theta is the same thing as sine 90 minus theta. Tangent theta is the same thing as cotangent 90 minus theta. We also have the reciprocal identities. For secant, we have cosecant theta 90 minus theta. Whoops. Cosecant 90 minus theta. We have the reverse for cosecant. Cosecant theta is the same thing as saying secant 90 minus theta. And then tangent and cotangent, we can do the same thing, flip them around. Cotangent is the same thing as saying tangent 90 minus theta. And of course, this is if you're using degrees. If you're not using degrees and you're in radians, 90 is the same thing as pi over 2. And you should remember this from the activity lab we did with linear and angular velocity. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple examples. Example 3, use complements. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first example and we're going to check it in the calculator so that I can show you that for sure they do equal each other. So let's do this first one, sine of 72 degrees. So I look up here at my identity, sine, here is sine, so that means its complement is cosine. I'm using degrees, so it's going to be 90 degrees minus 72 degrees. We do the subtraction of 90 minus 72, and we get 18. Let's check this value in our calculator to make sure that it does work. So we had sine, so trig, sine. Our original angle that was given to us was 72 degrees. So I type it in, 72, and it is in degrees, so we need to make sure we use degrees. And I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. There's the value for sine 72. Now let's check our answer we got. Our answer was, let's go back to it and see. Our answer was cosine 18. So let's check cosine 18 and see if it works. We hit trig, cosine, and 18. Our values are in degrees, so we need to make sure we use degrees. Hit enter, and we see that the two values are exactly the same, which they should be. So I know that my answer here is definitely correct. Let's try one in radians. Cosecant pi over 3. So we said above that 90 degrees is pi over 2. We're using cosecant, so I'm going to be using this one right here. So I'm going to have secant pi over 2 minus pi over 3. Let's go ahead and do the subtraction. Pi over 2 minus pi over 3 is going to give me pi over 6. If we want to check our answer on the calculator, once again we can. So we're going to do cosecant pi over 3 first, and then secant pi over 6. So trig cosecant pi over 3. Now let's try secant pi over 6. Secant pi over 6. And we see that the two values are the same, so I know my answer is correct.